Let's get
three that
to
is
work.
beginning to unfold between us, and we do have a side switch. As first pick will now go over to BNK FX, and T1 will jump on over to the blue side. So we'll see how
Noch Jahre offen.
pick on the card.
Junara, Rice.
My big thing here for what I'm most
Anivia bannen gleich Rice First Pick, was sie wollen.
hands on Vi.
Mal schauen.
Her activity in terms of the comps that are left available is a little bit tougher when some of these picks are gone, right? Like the clear Renekton, which was incredible,
Junara, Corki.
is now fearlessly
Waren
banned.
auch Lucian, das heißt, du kannst Corki Nami gehen.
That's one of Vigla's best. Like
Will
the
ich bitte-
playstyle is quite.
Ich bin kein Cassian to Rice, ich finde Anivia schlimmer.
Also with T1 being very
Hallo Bix.
aware of their playstyle and how they like to draft for early in the game, and skirmishes makes it a little bit face up. So we'll see what they do in terms of adaptation. I think there's still a lot of really strong picks left for Diablo. You and I were talking about how Sivir doesn't really necessarily give him the big outplay opportunities that a lot of the other picks, like Ezreal, for example.
Guten Abend, Juli. Tschüss und Dankeschön.
The Lucian that's banned against him have.
Yep.
And he is
Grüß Mami.
T1's bad.
Oh, das ist schon geschrieben, oder nicht?
Now on
Ich hab's
blue
Gumo.
side. We're on our first pick.
There were a
Okay.
lot of jungle bans in the last game. Wukong, Nocturne, Vi, all of them taken away. None of them have been taken away. This time, finally, the Nocturne is going to get taken off the board.
Okay, also Rice, Anivia, alles offen. Das heißt wahrscheinlich nicht Rice First Pick.
If they want to stick to
Oh, sie sagen, ist egal.
tier list, see whether they have anything else in mind.
Corki, Junara. Junara ist raus, Corki offen.
Question mark for me. What can they get their hands on that they feel is the
Zion
highest
offen.
priority this time around?
It's a tough question. The Rise is still available. So
That could be the one.
Ja, bei Anivia,
That's
Christian.
probably where we're headed, just because it's this
Trotzdem, okay.
in the meta that's left available.
Oh, yeah.
That clears waves, does tons of damage, safe inside, it's good at collapsing. It does so many things that it's kind of required. I feel like a lot of mid laners would look for the counter pick Cassiopeia in this situation, but I think T1 are a little bit more clever than that. Like they're going to look for something a little bit stronger in terms of the overall.
Sollte Anivia werden, nicht Talia.
So I wouldn't expect that.
Mag
to be
Talia auf den
right
Patches, ja.
away, but instead, something here for Dorn.
Yeah.
I say that necessarily you're not going to see a pick right away. It's not the Cassiopeia, it's the Anivia.
Yeah, we've
For
seen
Faker.
this into the Rise many times. In fact, I believe Shermaker played it into Faker, which kind of went okay early,
Pick mal Corki.
poorly later on.
Pick
Wukong
Wukong.
going to be a consideration as well. As a bit of a circular theme is
Wo bleibt der Trundle?
abilities are concerned.
It does seem like really only Chovy has been
Wo
able
bleibt
to
der Channel?
consistently get the value out of the Anivia
Yeah.
so far.
Kind of making it look pretty broken on his side. But now, what are BNK going to do? I imagine you could lock in a bottom lane here. In theory, give Diablo and Kellen something powerful. Might be able to find that. Or you could just look to lock away your top side of the map and feel powerful there. Could be like a Rise type rotation. But we'll see what Raptor wants to do instead. Okay.
Okay, looking for the Ashe lane here to dominate bottom side. Ashe Seraphine wins
Echt
every
Seraphine?
lane.
Okay.
Unless you get ganked after you push way too far up. But it's
Yeah.
Wukong, so he can't gank. He's Wukong, you're fine. Actually feels pretty smart when you think about that, as well as the fact that the Seraphine could just stop the Wukong in his tracks when he does try to get on top of your
Was pickst du dagegen?
carry or your mid
Ich glaube, Corki Lane geht unter. Weil wenn du jetzt Corki pickst, dann waren die Nami und Nautilus.
Blindable bottom duo
Wirk.
you could ever ask for.
Pickst du Full Topside? Gehst Sion oder sowas?
Well, thinned out as it is.
Oder
Raptor was looking for a prio pick just
Nah Blind?
as Gnar
Cannon Blind.
Cannon.
blindable.
Cannon
Ich weiß gar nicht, was du gegen Cannon ballst. Du könntest Rice Toplane schicken.
Protect it.
Rice Toplane, ein kleiner Midlane Flex noch, wie wär's?
Concerned, or whether they're just going to ban away junglers. I imagine Raptor pretty keen to get back onto the Lee Sin.
Wo ist der Nasus? Da kommt kein Nasus.
Paired alongside the Ashe Seraphine. That was
Ist nix was gegen Ashe Seraphine.
Didn't
Oh,
work,
Damage,
but-
also jetzt nicht mehr. Damage
I
ist
do
Trash.
think the Lee Sin will be banned because it makes high impact early where Wukong cannot. And if an Ashe arrow hits or a Seraphine root
Sie bannen Supports, oder?
Rune Prison hits, you don't miss the Q.
Rakan bannen? Rakan Nautilus?
So
Yep, I like the ban.
does make a lot of sense.
Rakan Nautilus oder bannen sie Karma?
I think they expect.
Karma ist auch noch offen, theoretisch. Karma Ezreal wäre
I
offen.
think there's real legs and a potential Sejuani pick here.
Nautilus, ja, ist die Frage. Karma oder Rakan in meinem Kopf?
Preferred play
That's like, man.
style because of the Ashe and the Seraphine here. It does feel incredibly easy to set up and to even shut down a Kennen, for example, if you can ult him when he's trying to set up for his flanks.
Yep. I do think it's kind of difficult to go for a Seraphine, a Sejuani, just because you're likely to pick ranged into the top lane. I guess Jace could do both, but we haven't really liked the Jace too much.
Jace is the only pick I'm thinking about right now Okay, Aurora was one that wasn't on the top of my head, but is also a good pick here. The Jace, though, doesn't give you any frontline at all in this draft, and so can do quite well in the individual matchup, but isn't really going to help your Ashe find success later on. The Karma ban is just saying, we win the lane no matter what. So are you playing Jhin? Are you trying to play Callista like we saw yesterday, which was crazy, but they pulled it off with help of Canyon?
Yeah. I think they might have been considering a Ziggs, but then it would have been way
Ziggs
too
is
much
tough.
magic damage.
Yeah,
Warte,
Ziggs is
Wolf.
tough with the Cannon top side.
So
Okay.
it's going to be Jhin. No Jhin buff
Ist der Kammerbann.
in this game, unfortunately, as Brad has been banned, as it always is against
Ich habe
Warrior.
keine Ahnung, was jetzt auf Support kommt.
What is our top jungle going to look like
Is
here?
he just gonna play Gnar?
Could be.
Rice Toplane und jetzt ein Midlane-Flex noch. Oh mein Gott, es ist wirklich Rice Toplane. Oh mein Gott, geil.
Sejuani. It's happening, Atlas.
Es ist Rice Top, oder nicht? Oh,
Tree.
Feuer ab.
Man, this is so much.
Es ist Rice Toplane.
Holy moly.
That's pretty creative. I like it.
Yeah. And Yone.
Ich weiß nur nicht, ob Mitte so gut ist.
So Yone Ashe for the physical damage, as well as then
Gegen Emilio?
Maokai and Ryze.
Ist halt horrible mit Jhin, aber gegen Emilio?
Does mean that the mid jungle for BNK is a little bit suspect.
There is not one single pick that Keria wants to play in this game.
Well,
Janna,
he's gonna have to
question mark?
play something. Rakan is the
nothing
choice.
Feels good here, but Rakan feels good to follow up on Cyclone in the lane. That is to say, like nothing
The
feels
problem
good
is
to play in
there's
the lane.
then a Maokai
Alright.
in the game.
Yeah, so,
And so then you just get
Kein Mitte-Flex gegen Ion? Helle, ne. Es ist Mitte Ion und Toplane Rice. Rice gegen Cannon war Oldschool-Counter.
which means
Oder
that
ist ein
we have
Oldschool-Counter
that
noch.
vision, which means that this,
Oh, it's a top lane Rise. I actually kind of love this.
yeah,
I do feel like Vikla is going to have a very rough time, but this does mean that that mid-jungle situation looks a whole lot better. And now this makes more sense to me.
yeah. Also, because Vikla's going to be able to play the Yone into the Anivia, it's pretty easy for Yone to kind of avoid Anivia's harass and the wall and stuff like that with his Unbind. Does make some sense, and with some jungle attention, actually can punish the Anivia incredibly well. I do wonder about
Hallo, Vibes.
Clear's experience on this pick, though, right?
Ja, der BFX-Draft ist schon eine Hausnummer. Mal schauen. Vielleicht verkocht er, aber mal
We've seen
schauen.
it for other players like Khan in the past. Some retired players have definitely played it in the past, but mastery is going to have to be high here to pull this off, because you can't. Yes, you will probably win the lane and do fine up there, mitigate that lane pretty well, even if you don't have mastery. But it's about team fights later on that I'm more concerned about. You really need to be able to pump out that damage.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what is going to be put forward here, because it's a very cool draft. Whether it works is a completely different question. Let's get on to the Rift here for game number 3. All right, here we are, ladies and gentlemen, onto the Rift for our third game of this series. As Owner is going to put down the hide on bush, and the hide on bush is unfortunately going to be taken out. As, all right, Vikla sidesteps. No Flash Frost for Faker this time.
Ja, wir sind ein paar
I'm
Marker-Merchants.
gonna have a
Das
look
ist voll okay.
and see how many times Clear has played.
Yeah, that's the
Rap-Up stark gefällt mir. Mitte wirst du reingepusht, heißt, er
Lose on
kann
one a couple of days ago. But otherwise, not too much in his recent history.
das ist Classic, weil zweiten könnten invaded werden.
Seraphine.
Er steht auf ihn ist balanced.
It's always a rough time. However, they are giving back as good as they're getting. Ish.
Maokai also did get buffed with his Q damage by a flat 10 across all ranks.
Not too bad.
So, checkmate T1.
I think you should probably be able to farm at least as fast as Wukong, who is not necessarily the speediest Clear in his first couple of routes. But BNK, just doing what this lane is supposed to do. You need to be pushed up as far as possible. If Owner goes for a level 3 gank on Wukong, I imagine BNK will not be expecting it, because I don't think any of us are. He is clearing towards his top side, though, so isn't too worried about it.
And they hawkshot him.
They have hawkshot, so I guess they'll just never have to worry. Vikla is... Yeah,
It's tough
how
for
he
the first
started
few levels.
in game 1, and they won that game. So maybe this is exactly where
Ah,
Vikla
ist okay.
wants to be.
Tough.
Weil kaum Seraphim Prayer, eigentlich weiß nicht, warum auf einmal Ash Seraphim wieder Highest Priority
Knock up on the
kommen
Faker
muss.
there, so a bit of extra damage back.
Kannst du
Nicely
nicht
done.
sagen.
Bit of a
Cannon
win streak.
continues to win.
Yeah, doing pretty well. Clear 2 of those wins. We play
Keiner hatet.
in this
Keine Buffs, nicht, dass
phase.
ich wüsste, ne. Also, kann mich dran erinnern
Yeah,
zumindest.
I don't like watching this, but it is what we have to do because this is what BNK's bread and butter in this draft is just to win the lane, get the prio,
Yeah,
get the control. And Maokai dive would be quite difficult to pull off, but they have done a lot of damage.
And he does have the ability to go untargetable, so juggling of turret aggro could be a thing. We'll just see.
I guess wir können sagen, dass sie das Diadem-Item hinzugefügt haben und Echoes of Healer geändert haben. True. Fair enough.
21 in the CS margins, man.
Fair enough.
This is a rough time, and
Yeah.
of course they picked the Rakan alongside this Jhin. Like it was always going to be difficult. The ban on the Karma, I think, was a bit of a masterstroke to make sure that T1 couldn't actually stand toe to toe. As Doran hasn't teleported yet, so he's able to use his health bar here quite nicely. As Faker finds a great stun. Ona's coming in. Vikler is taking the right direction out. But let's see, as Raptor is going to move on over, the kitty cats are getting mad, and Faker has a few minions that are angry at him. So it looks like the Yone is going to be okay, and Raptor in his pajamas, just going to look for the monkey.
Yeah, I don't think Faker should back there.
Oh, it didn't take the extra damage there, Wolf.
Clean.
No extra 10 for Ona. As flash forward, gets him into the egg.
No fucking way haben die Damage, oder?
That soul, as there's the
Ja, hä?
Ona gonna have to put up that decoy.
Hä?
Faker eggless.
Ja, weiß ich nicht.
Definitely can be worth it, I think, for the Yone that's going to become a bigger problem once he starts to get some items and obviously gets his ultimate.
Weiß ich nicht.
Well played by Vikla. I think calling worth, especially because Yone doesn't really use his flash defense.
Ja, weiß ich nicht. Mal schauen.
Almost at all, unless he makes a mistake. So feels very good for him. Didn't
Der
have
trappt den Lane, der Base
when
jetzt
the game
Gebiet.
came through. Actually played it very slowly, played through Raptors,
Also,
held his flash, and there's
ja, sehe ich jetzt, also, habe ich jetzt nicht verstanden. Personally.
Yep, stealing away the Raptors. That sounds like something he wants to do. As Diablo, looking a little worse for wear here in this lane, does still have his barrier up and available as Pays almost with that cleanse back.
Yeah, it's a boots advantage for Pays. That's really all he has with that back he got earlier. So,
yeah, nice little knock up here as Kellen in a little bit of trouble. Does have to flash to get himself out of the way.
Noch kein Base gehabt bei der Botlane von BFX.
Meanwhile, Owner is going to discover Raptor here.
Was macht Raptor?
Jungle. The bird is moving down though. And Arcane Smash, there's that extra 10 damage, baby.
there you go.
Oh, der Ward.
think he's dead.
And
Und er ist tot.
there's a twisted advance and the Arcane Smash.
Schön.
It's called Bramble Smash now, ladies and gentlemen. It hasn't been Arcane
Oh mein
Smash
Gott.
for a very long time. As now Faker is looking.
W in 3 Sekunden. Oh mein Gott, Level up.
Raptor gets the level. And he's able to stay alive.
Maokai.
Calm and collected in.
Ich liebe Maokai.
And just strolls his way out.
This is just such a performance out of BNK today. Everyone is firing on all cylinders.
Honestly, like everyone on the Rift today, like this is just—it's just some pretty high-level League of Legends.
And
I'm really enjoying it.
I want to say, like, for T1, they came in as the favorites. We expect them to be on all cylinders, right? We expect this undefeated team to come in here and pop off and do well. And even the Korean analysts who were saying BNK greater than D+ and stuff like that weren't expecting them to take. Most of them take wins here.
I mean, I said the same thing on the Pog State, and I predicted T1 3-0.
And now we're here watching Raptor go for these crazy plays. Has the ward as well, which is super helpful here. Gets on top of him with the flash and takes him out before Faker can impact the play. And Faker's wall is just a little bit too short.
Oh, man.
Raptor gets the level up as well, but less impactful ultimately. And poor Faker, not able to make anything of it. So feels like highway robbery.
Yeah, still able to, you know, stay like right next to the CS numbers of Vikler and things like that. So nothing to worry about as far as the laning phase is concerned. But it is the Maokai getting away with murder. It is the dangerous thing.
He lived with 6 HP.
Moving forward. And
now he has his ult.
He's just hunting this Wukong over and over again.
Ist sehr gut, was er macht, ne? Auch hier Terror machen und so. Der Wukong kann ihm nichts machen. Gut.
And don't fight Raptor around the Raptors. His name is Raptor.
Doesn't have smite, so
Yeah, doesn't seem to worry about
Weiter
it.
Terror machen oder nicht? No joke, weiter Terror machen, ja, ja.
Can't actually challenge for that.
Ja, ja, gut.
Maybe they could make a play, but Yone has prio. Atlas, this is a bit of a strong start here. With
Gut vor den W gelaufen zu den einen.
Didn't know. Oh, okay, there's the ult.
Wait.
Vikler finds Faker here, and that's the solo bolo for Vikler.
Wait.
And he walks his way out. And
Wait.
in the meantime, the smite is going to go over to Owner. He does finally find level 6 as Twisted
Warte mal.
is onto a clone. But BNK, man.
Mein Gott, ob sie gut sparen kann? Doch, nach dem Game. Kommt das CTA, keine Sorge.
This is such an early lead, 2000 at 7.
Aber ja, ihr könnt, also, okay, geht jetzt schon auf More, wenn ihr wollt und schaut, weil da sind teilweise Sachen, die instant ausverkauft sind. Zum Beispiel die Wafers mit Haselnuss. Die sind meistens instant ausverkauft. Aber nach dem Game gibt es CTA. Oh, es ist nur noch 1% verfügbar. Chillig. Ich glaube, die hat schon vorbestellt. Oder hat schon bestellt.
And for Vikla as a player, it's always the aggressive picks you're excited about, right? It's the Yones, the Akalis, the Aris, right? He got the flash to get the egg earlier, and now he knows no egg.
Yep, and he already called it as well. Gets the knock-up, gets that perfect setup, and just knows. As meanwhile, we've got Clear in a bit of trouble towards the top side of the map. Flashed, but that is not going to get him out of dodge. As now, the return on the bottom side, as there is the Nature's Grasp. The encore comes through, good flash from Pays, goes right over the top, but the beat has been dropped. Still, Pays survives with 100 health. The arrow going to connect the splash damage.
Redive? Can't redive.
Carrier blocks the volley. And the curtains are now getting called. Flash out there from Diablo as Raptor gets the interrupt.
Sind schon weg. Ja.
And Diablo, can you actually get any of the kills here as BNK looks to try and turn this around? If at first
Trotzdem Redive. Wer tankt? Diablo tankt, hat noch Barrier. Oh! Schön. Beautiful.
Pick up aggro, he doesn't touch him, and he gets away.
Beautiful.
And more than the kills going over the Seraphine is you've taken the bottom duel off of the map here, and further farm is denied. Hayes also down both summoners, but his flash was incredible. We're going to go all the way back to this play here, where Clear is just a little bit too far up in the lane, but this means that they could just press the go button on the bottom side. They're played it about as well.
Geht auf sehr nicht weiter, absolut nicht.
And then here, it's the first ultimate for Raptor of the game, and look at how this is played by T1. Carrier blocks, Pays, flashes. I mean,
Wunderschön über die Seraphine Ulti geflasht, wow.
Nature's Grasp and then flashes the encore.
Respectable.
It doesn't get much better than that.
And then the arrow is blocked by Carrier. And Pays is like,
Ja, ich glaube, der Redive war inevitable, dass sie die Wave bekommen, ist halt big as fuck.
And then he gets up, cancels ult, so he doesn't get hit by
exactly, the little cat was chasing him. That could almost have been enough because Raptor has gone damage for the first item.
Exactly. And then Raptor is coming in here to try to take the turret, or to take the aggro. It's not even necessary. It's a double for Kellen.
Yeah, Diablo was able to take that first turret shot. They got the reset, so it's not doing that massive amount of ramp damage. As now Clear and Dorian.
Clear soll dieses Matchup gewinnen, ne?
Comes in here as Clear looking to escape and is going to be able to do so with that.
Clear, du solltest dieses Matchup gewinnen, ja? Clear, du solltest diese.
Oh, that was a mistake there from the Rise. Meanwhile, we've got another team fight happening as the Nature is grasping one more time. And Vikla, oh, just barely out of range.
Und natürlich reached die Ulti auch nicht.
Back here from Faker who finds that combo. Flash Frost does go wide. As we're going again. Oh dear. They are in the fog of war.
And Raptor does not have his ultimate, so I think get this recall off. Although could snipe him. Too slow. Yeah, Kellen misses as well. Also, I mean, his miss, he's just slow.
Needed a little bit more BPM.
Yeah, the problem in the top lane is, can they redive this onto Carrier? He has Ghost.
Well, he is going to press that button. Look to make his way out. Raptor is just going to look to try and guarantee himself a extra plate here. That should be going down. BNK doing exactly what this bottom
Top Lane ganz Level down, aber ist questfertig, ne? Ne, ist auch nicht mal questfertig. Oh mein Gott, das guckt einfach. Er ist wieder tot.
Probably going to be a third time. And getting money for Pays could be a good thing.
Wait.
This is all of that farm.
I think Doran didn't sell this very well. I think Clear is pretty aware something's going on, and obviously Pays doesn't come back for a while. This does not feel good for T1. They need to make something happen here because they're going to lose their bottom turrets. They need a cross map. There's the TP from Carrier.
Sofort die Wave nehmen. Wave. Wave nehmen und happy sein.
But
ja.
curtains have been called, and the rest of T1 are here. Let's see whether the DDR is going to work.
Arrow coming.
As the slow comes on through. Yes,
Arrow kommt, aber trifft nicht, ne? Ja, well.
Yeah, well. Able to lock that one down. And yeah, that is just a little bit of an overloading of the top side of the map there for T1. And Diablo, in the meantime, just takes that first turret off the map. And it is still a 3,000 gold advantage for BNK.
This was a massive win for BNK. That was just desperation from T1 to try to get Pays something. Pays is just like, I give up trying to play the game on the bottom side of the map. I'm going to go top side there. They get clear, but it takes so much to do it. And look at how long it's going to take them to take this turret down as well.
Man, this is kind of absurd. It's, what, a 40 CS lead here for Diablo? And he's now got 3 daggers. He's full build. My goodness. Kraken Slayer done, though. That's obviously the main thing. So this Ashe is very frightening. Ulti comes through here from Vikla, looking to try and grab another egg out of Faker. Gets the knock up from the Q as Raptor's moving over. Not in range of the Twisted Advance. But the Kitty Cat gets a little bit angry.
This is not a comfortable position for Faker, despite having his passive. This looks like it might just be enough to get the prio to guarantee the dragon. They're going to even take more vision away here in the jungle.
Hallo.
Pretty high value soul as well, as it's Ocean and Chemtech, our first 2.
Ich sag es ja, die Quest ist halt...
Out goes Vikla. Doran is pretty scary. Slicing Maelstrom comes through, but the rest of B&K are making their way over. That's a solo. And so B&K not going to be able to do too much at all without Vikla on the map. Man, Doran is kind of taking
Doran's
names.
kind of like, are we sure we want to game one of these guys? They keep kind of coming near me and I press R and they die. I'm not really doing anything skillful. I'm killing them. And Doran's just the punish guy today as we're going to see a fight.
Yeah, they're going to look for the angle here as the Encore does come on down.
Ja, sind wir OP? Wir sind OP, ne? Ist Diable noch am Leben? Diable lebt noch, spürt seine Beine aber nicht mehr. Oh mein Gott, lebt er. Oh mein Gott, er lebt noch. What the fuck? Lebt er immer noch? Oh mein Gott, er lebt immer noch. What? Honor Seraphine, sofort Seraphine honoren. Sofort Seraphine honoren. Wow.
Here and he's
sicker Teamfight.
Extra gold. He got the double kill early on in the game. He's looking for that 2-item spike on the Seraphine quite early.
Zeigt doch nicht, dass das wieder. Zeigt doch basically alles außerdem.
This is impactful because Doran uses his ultimate to get the solo. So doesn't have it for the follow-up fight here. And I think if he did, this could have looked a little bit different. Obviously, Yone would have been involved as well, and it would have been both sides having extra tools. But look at this. Charm comes through.
Immediate stun as well as the arrow was just straight away from Diablo.
Sick.
Then the shield comes through, and there's no one who can get on top of him. Hayes cannot get in range because everyone is protected.
Richtig sick.
And the president is Diablo. And Faker flashes for the chase here, and then
Und dann von Diablo da rein zu flashen, ne? Oder reinzulaufen ist so gut auch.
Comes through as Vikla shows back up, and Diablo even picks up the kill.
Oh man, look at his health bar. Goes down to 200, then gets the barrier and the surround sound from this Seraphine.
I didn't even quite realize that he just picked the wall as well. He knows the range.
Help me.
I want to watch Kellen's first-person view on this one as well. But man, he gets hit by that wall as well. He's doomed. It's just barely out of range. Insane.
Really nicely played. And now, this outer turret in a bit of trouble as he procs the Q, and Diablo should be able to grab it. There it is.
I think we don't have a lot of game on our hands in this one.
Yeah, the game has drifted over to the other side as now Vikla is trying to get a little bit back here as Doran, another ulti comes on through. This time, Vikla out of range as he rebinds, but Owner is going to move on over. Let's see whether Vikla can at least kill the minion wave before he does go down.
B&K, I think it's Doran's birthday.
Yeah, I think so. That is going to be Vikla going down.
Doran's like,
was machen wir?
I'm getting confused.
Machen wir?
He's been like 100% kill contribution top laner is not what I had on my bingo card.
As they're going to get this this Herald B&K on the other side of the map, so it's not a huge win for T1, but Doran is quite large, has TP, but obviously no ultimate, and there's no fight here in this one. So
viel Silent Griefing oder nicht?
The mid turret is already BFX. Though, so this feels more like a denial for B&K more than a huge win. They can use it to secure top turret or get Dragon Prio later on. Doran himself is going to get some additional plate gold here, but I think a Kennen alone does not make us the win for T1.
There is no exhaust, so that's something.
Keine Seraphine den Kennen Damage gegenschieden healen? Nee, ich glaube nicht. Also, auf jeden Fall nicht den Burst, ne?
Keep the Kennen at bay. Doran going to be relying on Flash Dash Cannon to get in there, get that ulti in the right position. And we'll see whether B&K can play around it effectively. Storm Surge is finally done here for Pays, but Diablo is so close to item number 2, which is a little bit ridiculous. And probably has enough money for it now, but is instead intent on farming close to a 60 CS gap. 55 right now on the cards. As there is Fan Dancer done, and a Crit Cloak as well.
Jhin is not a champion that does a lot of sustained damage. We know this.
Yeah.
This Jhin with a Storm Razor only against the Phantom Dancer.
Did I say Storm Surge before? I apologize.
If you did, I think
that is a different item. Vikla built that in the last game,
but
that's not what it was.
He is really just not going to be hurting anyone. Like he's looking for roots, okay? I am kind of
Wait, der ist immer noch nicht fertig mit der Quest. Warte mal. Warte mal, der ist immer noch nicht fertig mit der Quest. Ach du Scheiße, das ist mir gar nicht aufgefallen. Oh mein Gott. Wir sind 17 Minuten in-game.
But when Doran, like after Doran's ult is gone, as long as he doesn't hit 5 people, who follows up? Faker is it's gonna be a while before he's really putting that damage down. It takes a long time for him to do that damage. His wall could cut somebody off. You know, there's a cyclone angle. If Diablo makes a huge mistake or gets greedy or just, you know, does the Diablo thing where he's like, I'm just gonna walk into that brush because I'm fed and I'm gonna make it happen.
Ja, den fast fertig bei Kellen.
You know, maybe those are the ways back into the game.
Muss er nicht Bot Quest? Naja, also es geht auf jeden Fall deutlich schneller. Botlane, aber ist halt offen jetzt.
Not respected the fact that he's massively ahead in this game over his opposition, but I don't know what that means outside of like Vikla messing up and getting caught by a Q stun.
Yeah. Well, he's going to get caught by a grand entrance. As Ona is just like, why, Carrier? Why did you bring him over here? As never mind, Vikla is just going to snap back. Doran is there. And I think B&K do know that the cannon is frightening.
They potentially drop Herald here to hold prior for this Infernal Soul point.
Yeah, this Herald has actually been held on to for quite some time here for Raptor. As Kellen doesn't quite get the beat drop on to Carrier. Raptor moving over though, and B&K, they know exactly what they want. Soul point on the cards, and an Infernal Soul is going to feel absolutely fantastic for this composition.
Diablo picks
both
up
compositions to be
blue buff, which is pretty good for Ashe. And how does T1 get in here? Like, really, more specifically, how does Doran get in here? Because right now he is T1. There's no one else, and
Flash Dash Cannon Wolf, that's how.
I think he said, you know what, let's try to go in here on the 4th dragon.
This isn't Soul, right, guys? I mean, Soul Point is still so incredibly powerful. B&K utilizing their 4,000 gold advantage in order to make sure that they pick that one up. Man, this is just
solid.
Ridiculous gold advantage. And B&K's composition
24 Minuten
looks great. Beautiful little
Soul
picked up here by Kellen as well. 2 items.
Soul Fight.
Double kill Seraphine.
Wenn die komplett durchgespiked sind.
There's a knock up onto Doran. Twisted Advance comes on through as the Nature is grasping one more time. Ulti comes down, but Doran is able to buy a little bit of space. Still, the Kitty Cat comes down.
Schön. Auch so viel XP, weil der Level 15 ist, ne?
Super. And so the cannon gets shut down.
Maokai's balanced.
I mean, this was where T1 were going to be able to find a way back in theory, right? Was the Fed cannon. Now even he is getting put down, and Diablo is continuing to be frustrating, taking 2 plates immediately.
And the bottom lane, like they're getting this mid-turret plate gold, while the bottom lane has a Herald crashing into the inner. The macro is once again very strong here for B&K from this lead. And Wukong really does not like Seraphine. It's very difficult for him to close the gap on anybody. Ashe also make him annoyed. He's not happy. He's not having a good time. No one is having a good time anymore with Doran.
Was ist der Drop wie gestern LCS? Nee, der Seraphine-Drop war ein ganz anderer. I mean, sie hatten Rice-Mitte, glaube ich. Aber das ist ganz andere.
Likely to go up 2-1 over T1.
Aufgehört Market, ich meine, wurde jetzt gebufft.
Going to go directly to our top 3.
And round 2 has been the 3-1 round. Round 1 was the 3-2 round. So far, we saw Genji and DK. They went to 3-1. As T1 are going to do the T1 Baron here at 20 minutes and 53 seconds.
I mean, Nivea damage is pretty real if she had more items.
Look at all the
things. It'll take a while.
Guys.
Yeah, Vikler's gonna have to teleport in. Where he's gonna go, as the teleport in the backline is going to come on through. B&K do manage to get
Gut von Clear, wenn er Doran saugen kann, ist es gut.
incredibly low. Arrow gonna connect.
Der ist einfach weg, ich kann's nicht.
Baron secured, but can they keep themselves alive?
Ganz großer Quatsch.
Down, and Owner is going to be the first one to die. Clear has now found Doran.
Ganz großer Quatsch.
A solo kill for the Rise, who has felt like an afterthought this game.
Ganz großer Quatsch.
In trade for the Baron. We've seen that not work out for the Baron up team, and especially when B&K have so much control over these lanes.
Ganz großer Quatsch.
To punish the push here for B&K, they're gonna have to hope their Baron buff minions can defend here. This turret is not long for this world, as they don't have the wave anymore, so it will take a little bit longer, I suppose, as that top turret is also just gonna go down to B&K as this Baron buff withers away. I think it was a good call from T1, and they had Doran on the flank to try to mitigate any sort of team fight.
Raptor looking to engage Cone his way.
Jesus, das Healing von Seraphine ist verrückt.
Out of the way. Faker slowed down by the volley as Diablo's in the front line. Does get hit by that crit, but it is going to be Raptor now that's in a little bit of trouble. Look at that health bar though.
Your ulti ist fine, carried. Okay. Raus, 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 raus. I mean, du hast keinen TP auf Cannon, also der kann nicht Backline flanken. Ja, minus 1 kann Nash Play.
And maybe
5 Sekunden auf Maokai Ulti. Wie machen wir's? So, schön zu sehen. I mean, das Game ist einfach done, oder nicht? No joke. Comp ist so OP. Die von Furix.
If he wins this series, you know, he will be.
I was being a little facetious, you know. As now Faker is going to look for Diablo.
Alter, wie tanky ist diese Ashe mit der Seraphine? What? Okay. Well played. Wait, is it over?
And look to put an end to game number 3.
This was
over?
A very, very creative draft that I wasn't sure if we could trust because it's just
30 Sekunden, 20 auf beide Carries. Doran kein Flash, kein Ulti.
broken. The coordination was great.
Nee, sieht nach Double Lane aus, ne?
It looks like T1 is sponsoring Red Bull after all of that money. As finally Raptor does go down, this inhibitor turret is going to go as well. A 5,000 negative Red Bull Baron power play. That is a large one. As now
Nee, oder?
getting flanked. Carrier looking to make his way in, but Doran, I don't think he's going to be able to get the follow-up. As let's just see. Yeah, he is just going to take a merry jaunt to get himself out. The ulti is going to be used.
It's like if you before
Also nicht -5, sondern nee, oder? Nicht, dass sie jetzt thrown hier.
T1, maybe you should drink Red Bull.
MTV behind.
If you like Red Bull, maybe you should like T1. I don't know if that really came off the right way, but it is very funny what you said. I wanted to make sure that people knew that you made a funny joke, and then I ruined it.
Thanks,
but,
Wolf. No, I appreciate it. And ruining jokes that's my shtick, so I really appreciate.
I mean, Dragon for T1, maybe. Maybe, yeah.
Could be the angle, and of course, B&K, they can give away as many dragons as they would like, because of course, they've taken the first 3 all for themselves. Vikla looking for a few Qs, does miss most of them. Good footwork there from Faker.
Faker's like, oh, thank God it's over. And then, well, I thought we were going to see the arrow over the wall. We did not. It is over. In fact, for Faker, clears that wave.
Yep.
They get an Infernal Dragon, so that's a lot of stats across the team.
Oh, and speaking...
Windset ist ein horrible shit Item.
Go ahead.
War irgendwie ein...
Okay, I'm ready.
War irgendwie ein Ding, ein Tweet oder sowas, dass es wirklich das schlechteste Item ever ist.
In the LCK Cup.
Just one team, actually.
Which team was that?
It was T1.
Aha!
Not to be confused with SK Telecom, of course, the previous team.
That was the previous team.
It was under the T1 banner after the rebranding.
Got it. Okay, good.
This year, in this season, against KT Rolster, their telecom rivals.
Got it. So, there is still hope, T1 fans. However, it is looking a little dire, and Diablo is doing a lot of damage here this game. Has his first 3 out.
Ja, Problem, dass sie es... I mean, nicht Problem, aber schon Problem, dass sie es so nicht bekommen haben.
Was on the Aphelios. He's on Jin this time.
Oh.
Tenacity, XP, was willst du mehr? Gute Stats.
He does have a rapid fire cannon and...
Welches Item, ja, Vincent.
Yeah. It's just not really looking...
Last time Owner was on Mundo. He's on Wukong this time. Which is not necessarily that bad if he can find a flank angle. But they don't have a lot of vision, they don't have a lot of control, but maybe it could be some sort of crazy cannon Wukong combo onto 5 people.
Yeah, Clear is about to actualize though. He did just complete it, and the Rise has been basically a non-factor this entire game, but is all of a sudden incredibly terrifying. Actually has a gold lead against Doran, who was the most powerful member of his team. And speaking of gold lead, Owner actually does have one as well, which is kind of crazy. Arrow going... Okay, er ist einfach so, okay, wir feuern durch, okay. Alright. I was not familiar with your game. Okay. Now Faker, Pays, and Doran, can they hold on to the base? That is the question.
Flash up by Raptor. Flash up by Clear. CC kommt. Wow. Wow.
The cannon before Doran can do anything at all. And Clear is just tanking
wow.
Nexus turrets, doesn't seem to care too much at
GG.
all. Is peppering these ones down.
Geile Comp. Love it.
Flash twisted advance there from Raptor is good as Carrier has respawned already, gets a nice double knockoff. But where is the damage? It is just absent here on T1. lead. Too large.
GG.
And they will take down both Nexus turrets and the Nexus and look for match point. One more win from this team as Diablo goes complete beast mode in the enemy fountain.
GG.
Nexus is
Solid.
destroyed.